All right, in this math video, what we're going to do is just work on a couple of basic percentage word problems. So this problem reads that in a basketball game, William made 18 shots on 30 attempts. Calculate the percentage of the shots he made. Now, the way that I would approach this problem is I can tell that this fraction can be simplified by a factor of 3, which would give us 6/10. Now, we could simplify further. However, our goal is to convert this into a percentage, and a percentage is out of 100. And I know that 10 fits into 100 10 times, which means we can multiply this 6 by a factor of 10, giving us 60. So we already figured out that William made 60% of his shots. Now, let's say that you did not make that connection. Another way that you can convert this fraction into a percentage is by taking your numerator and dividing that by your denominator. Now, what we do is we end up converting this into a decimal equivalent and then reading that decimal value out of the hundredths place, which is a percentage because a percent is out of 100. And we know that two numbers after the decimal point is in the hundredths place. So we're going to divide at least until that decimal point. So we can divide 30 into 180 6 times. And 6 times 30 is exactly 180. And then we subtract and get 0. And then we just stick a 0 right here and just move that decimal 2 places to the right. And that is equal to 60%. Now, another way that some people like to solve this is by setting up a proportion and solving. They would say that the number of shots made, the part of the total is 18 out of 30, and we want to see what is that equivalent to out of 100. And then we just solve for this value right here. We'll just call that x. And then we cross multiply 18 times 100, which is 1,800. And then we divide it by the number across from x, which is 30. We can cancel out a pair of zeros. And 180 divided by 3 is 60. So no matter which of these strategies you want to employ, 60% is going to end up being your answer. All right, well, let's take a look at one more example. All right, this problem reads, in game 1, Kiera made 12 out of 25 shots. In game 2, she made 6 out of 15 shots and 6 out of 10 in game 3. We have to determine the combined shooting percentage for Kiera across the 3 basketball games. All right, first let's determine how many shots she took in all over the 3 games. She took 25 in the first, plus 15 in the second, which is 40, plus 10 more in the third, which is 50. Now, out of the 50 total shots, let's determine how many she made altogether. 12 plus 6 is 18, plus 6 more is 24. Now, we should notice that our denominator here of 50 plays nice with 100, and a percentage is out of 100. So all we have to do is raise this by a factor of 2 to get 100, and we write an equivalent fraction out of 100 by raising this by a factor of 2. So 24 times 2 is 48, so 48 out of 100 is 48%. Remember, when your denominator is 100, whatever your numerator is going to be the percentage. Now, you also could have taken that 24 and had divided it by 50, and then added a decimal point here and here and here. We can say that 50 goes into 240 4 times, which is 200. That leaves us with 40. We add another 0 and bring it down, and 50 goes into 400 8 times. And 48 is in the hundredths place, therefore, this is equal to 48%. After converting a decimal into a percentage, you just move the decimal point 2 spaces to the right, which is the same thing as multiplying by 100.